So we were just talking about how far we've come with our relationships with our families in the last year. And we thought we would do a 3 questions podcast about how to build a relationship with your partner's family.
Yep,
Up for it?
I'm up for it.
All right, you go first then.
Okay, so our first question is it important to have a strong relationship with your partner's family?
Hmm, I'd say so. I think that it's really important to have a strong relationship with your partner's family. I think some people might not think it's that important if they're not that close to their family, but for me, it's super important, and I'm really excited that we got started mixing our families early on. You know.
You say it's really important. How do you develop a strong relationship with your partner's family? How do you go about doing that?
Mm-hmm. Well, first, I thought it was important that I let them know when I first met them that it was really important to me, um, significant, not just a, oh, hey, how you doing? Let's have a meal. Like, I want to be part of your family, you know? And for me, that was about just really attending to each and every one of them. And I remember early on um, bringing gifts for everybody
Yeah, that's sweet.
and just making sure they understood how important it was um, that I was being allowed into this family.
And so the third question, so this question to me is even more important once you're integrating the family. How do you support your partner in difficult conversations with their family or difficult situations with their family? How do you go about doing that?
The best way I can support you in difficult, what was it,
Conversations or situations.
conversations with your family is to just be there for you and sort of be a sounding board for things that are bothering you, you know? And then also, if you seem stuck in a certain dynamic with anybody in your family, I might just want to observe that and call it out and see if there's anything that um, I might be able to offer that could help you shift that dynamic, you know?
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's been very, very helpful having you join me, as part of my family, for sure. My turn?
Yes, it's your turn. What do you think? Is it important to have a strong relationship with your partner's family?
I think it is, especially if your partner wants to have a strong relationship with their family. If they want to have a strong relationship with your family, it's necessary for you to be part of that strong relationship with their family. Um, and actually, I think even if your partner doesn't have a strong relationship with their family, it's important to at least kind of investigate a little bit about why, because maybe it's a situation of they'd like to have a strong relationship, but they don't know how to get there. And if you can support them in that, that's a good thing. Um, and then also, it's very important for you to be respectful of if the reasons that they don't have a strong relationship feel valid and strong to them, and they don't want one, to support them in that too.
And how do you develop a strong relationship with your partner's family?
Yeah. So your family is mostly, I consider it, well, your cousins and your kids and that. And so I think with your kids, it's important to kind of know what their interests are as best I can, and um just try to sort of just develop uh common ground with conversations with them as best I can. Um I remember, like when I met your middle son, him like making some comment as um, as we parted, like saying like, "Hey, take care of her," or something like that, and kind of letting them know that um, I'm there for you, and also this is especially with your youngest son, like I'm there for him too, like like another, just like I talked about, like having more resources. Uh, letting them know as much as they need or as much as they want, that I'm another resource there for them now. There's like their family has expanded, and I remember like just some comment like at the wedding time, your middle son saying something like, "Oh, I'm going to go over to your place, change clothes," and me like, like it's your place too. It's like this is our home. And we've had your younger son like stay here for a while. Just different things. Let them know that it's like another. It's not really parent, I guess, because it's like they're so old, but sort of. Like there's an additional parental figure in their life that could be of a resource however they want or however they need, and that you're down for it. So and then with your cousins and that, just sort of like taking interest, and again reassuring them that I'm there for you, and I'm there for them, and taking interest in what they're interested in. And yeah, so that's why I do it.
Cool. And how do you support your partner in difficult conversations with their family?
Yeah, so this happened actually, not necessarily conversations, but just conversations about like your oldest boy, like figuring out, what sort of support you need in conversations like that. I know initially, like I would offer like, "Oh, here I have like tons of opinions on that," but you weren't necessarily like seeking opinions. You just kind of wanted to, talk through different places where you were, or different things that you wanted to, maybe talk about relating to that, and just sort of figure out what what you need in any given conversation, and also maybe even some conversations about your siblings. Just figure out what you need, and support you through difficult feelings, difficult situations. And yeah, and even with the youngest, like difficult conversations, just be there, be on your side, be on their side for the conversations. And yeah, just yeah, figure out what's needed, and just figure out which parts that I can fill in, like where my skill set might help.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's about it.
Awesome.
All right.
And speaking of difficult conversations, did you know that we have a new service on our website called Practicing Difficult Conversations?
In fact, I did know that.
So, if you have a difficult conversation coming up, please visit hopefultribe.com and schedule some time with us to practice it. We're really happy to do it, either Dev or I. Or hey, if you want, we'll both jump on the call. And we're also open to facilitating difficult conversations. If you get through the practice and still feel like you need somebody to help mediate that conversation, we're happy to do that.
We're down for that for sure.
So just check us out at hopefultribe.com, and we're happy to schedule with you.
All right.
Have a happy new year.
Happy New Year, Hopeful Tribe.